KC Weather Lab. Here's Rob's forecast.
Welcome back. Well, the weather forecast says midsummer, even though the calendar is saying we're heading for mid-September, even the latter part of September, the 10-day forecast. A lot of heat over the next 9 days, maybe a glimmer of hope day 10 or 11 or 12. We'll talk more about that in just a bit. Tropics also heating up. We have one system we're watching right now, maybe more down the line. And as we take a look at the water vapor imagery this evening, the weather feature that's going to be dominating our weather is going to be a combination of this upper level low that's moving westward through the Gulf of Mexico and high pressure ridging off to the north. You can see the drier air pushing into the region. We did see 1 or 2 showers. Now, as this continues to drift westward, it may sling a few showers our way again late tomorrow afternoon. In fact, latest computer model guidance coming in with a slightly better chance of a passing shower tomorrow, but we're going no higher than 20%. And if you like today's weather, you're going to like tomorrow, you're going to like Saturday, Sunday, Monday, well, the next 8 or 9 days. Meanwhile, we're watching that system that's down by the Bahamas, a little bit of an upper level low here, and as this upper level low gets further away, that's going to allow for a little bit less shear, and this system will get going. Right now it's got a lot of shear. You can see the high level cirrus clouds coming out of the north and west, so the system not upgraded as of this hour, but nonetheless we will continue to watch it. Elsewhere, big storms with a frontal boundary, but that front won't make it here. Again, it's relatively quiet in our part of the Gulf of Mexico. We open it on up across the entire tropics, and we're watching still this one tropical wave that the models still are keying in on. The wave that we thought was dissipating, that's making a little bit of a comeback, but Hurricane Center not talking about that. This one does have a chance of developing, impacting the Caribbean down the line, and could become a fairly substantial system, although models have been backing off on a big hurricane, but nonetheless, it's hurricane season, and it looks like things are starting to turn back on in the tropics across the Atlantic basin. Meanwhile, we've been watching this disturbance. It was called 95L. Now it's called potential tropical cyclone number 9. It's forecast to become Umberto, which is a tropical storm. And we use the nomenclature potential tropical cyclone before it becomes a depression or tropical storm. So tropical storm watches and warnings can be posted when we anticipate a system developing. And there's an 80 to 90% chance this system is going to become a tropical depression probably by tomorrow evening, and then a tropical storm by early Saturday. Here's the Hurricane Center forecast track. It's nudged a little bit farther to the east, keeping the system a little bit stronger, a 50-mile-an-hour mid-range tropical storm. But if the forecast track shifts a little bit farther to the east and this stays over open water longer, it could certainly be a stronger system. But the threat of locally heavy rainfall, some gusty winds and some rough seas, but nothing like Dorian. But unfortunately, northwestern Bahamas all under tropical storm warnings. That means tropical storm conditions likely within 24 to 36 hours, and those folks, they don't need anything right now. They need sunny days to work with. Unfortunately, though, this is the way the system's going to look. This is the European model, though, which is east of the forecast track, and as we always say, it's one model projection. It's not an official forecast, but I find it quite interesting that the Euro keeps the system offshore and deepens it to a strong tropical storm, and by this time, it's a hurricane, but we can't forecast that right now, and it'll be interesting with this blocking ridge to the north if this is going to be a threat to the Carolinas, North Carolina again, and perhaps all the way up through the Northeast and New England. And then there may be another system, that one that we just pointed out is coming in and might follow in on its heels, so we'll watch that. It's going to be busy. Meanwhile, it stays hot for us, and we're already 8 days out, and then hopefully, fingers crossed, I'll cross my fingers, cross my arms, drier air, cooler air on the way in about the 9 to 11 day time frame. It's not going to be a kind of weather where you're needing sweaters, but we might see 60s for a low following that system about day 11 or 12 down the line. Near term, nice and quiet overnight tonight through tomorrow. The model picking up on a few more passing showers late tomorrow afternoon, early tomorrow evening. Then it quiets down, and we do it all over again as we head into Saturday morning, quiet Saturday afternoon. Maybe a pop-up shower, but look at the temperatures, mid-90s, but at least the dew points won't be too high, so the heat index won't be as much of a factor, but still mid-90s. Here we are mid-September. That's not funny. So a quiet night ahead, warm and humid, 73 the low, 94 the high tomorrow with a passing shower or storm late in the day, rain chance at about 10 to 20%, and that's where we stay much of the next 10 days. And look at those daytime highs, mid-90s, might even push upper 90s on a few days into next week, and then hopefully, fingers crossed, a front.
We need more than that, Rob.
Nah, yeah, I don't got more than that right
That's
now.
about
And
it.
notice we had that front on day 10 yesterday. It's on day
10 again. I noticed
day
that.
10
Oh, boy,
today.
Rob.
So we'll see. Eventually something's going to get here.
We will hold you accountable. Don't
Yes,